Today's guest is Ken Stiefler, and he's president of Exits LLC in Denver, Colorado. Thank you to Zarlingo Robb CPAs and Business Advisors in Wheat Ridge, Colorado, for providing a location for us to film this episode. At Zarlingo Robb, they think like business owners. For more information about Zarlingo Robb, please click the link in our website show notes. Hi, I'm Norrin A. Hood, financial advisor and host of the Exit Plan Show. I interview America's top advisors to help business owners enjoy more personal freedom, grow their companies faster, and transfer ownership seamlessly when the time comes. As I said, today's guest is Ken Stiefler. He's president of Exits LLC in Denver, Colorado. Ken's been an exit planner for 20 years and received his certified exit planner designation in 2009. You can go to the show notes on our website for more information about Ken Stiefler and Exits LLC. Hey, welcome back again, Ken. Today we're going to talk about step 2, which is identifying personal and business financial resources in the exit planning process. So identifying business resources first, a lot of times that calls for something called evaluation. And can you explain what part that plays in the exit planning process, the valuation?
Well, I think both for myself and for the client, valuation is just absolutely critical. It really points both of us in the direction that kind of leads us to what is going to be the ultimate exit strategy. I tell business owners that a valuation, so many of them have this preconceived notion that they're just going to pay big dollars to get a number, and that is so far from the truth. I use the analogy that it's like going to your doctor for an annual physical. The doctor runs a bunch of different tests, and at the end of the day, or whenever the test results come back, he calls you up or brings you back in and says, Ken, you're better than a lot of your peers in this area and this area. Keep up the good work. You're kind of, even with your peers, you're normal. Maybe you can even improve. But there's some areas that you really need some work. Your cholesterol's high, you better do this. Your weight is too much, you need to do that. So that valuation really looks and tells you what is it that your business is all about and how can you improve that business.
Okay.
So first of all, just from the standpoint of preserving and growing value, the valuation is critical. Okay. But from the standpoint of transferring that business successfully and knowing that the cash flow that is going to be necessary to buy you out is there, that valuation is just unbelievably critical.
Okay, good. And you also mentioned cash flow in along with the valuation. What part does the cash flow projections play in the exit planning process?
Well, all owners hate to hear this, but in times where we still find ourselves in, for the most part, where bank financing is very difficult, sometimes literally impossible, we have to have the business owner come to the realization that you will most likely carry back a significant part of the sale of this business. And what the buyer, whether it's an outside third party or your son, daughter, or a key employee or key employee group, they are going to look to the cash flow, the cash flow that's available to them after they run the business, pay salaries, pay all the operating expenses, pay themselves a normal salary. They're going to want a return on their investment, but they're going to have to pay you, the business owner. And so they're going to look to that cash flow, we call it free cash flow, to basically buy you out. So a business that has an emphasis on increasing discretionary cash flow or free cash flow is just critical.
Okay, good. In other area we'll talk about is financial statements. When you look at a client's business and personal financial statements, what do you look for?
Well, I hope that what I'm going to find is that they are not like the average business owner that has somewhere between 50 and 85% of their investable estate tied up in their business. So that's where I'm looking at the personal financial statements. It's like being caught between a rock and a hard place. When you have the vast amount of your wealth tied up in your business, if you cannot find a way to successfully unlock that value and get it out, then you are going to be one of those individuals that's going to say, I'm going to work for the rest of my life. So that's what I look at the personal financials. When I look at business financials, first of all, I'm looking to see if they look like they're clean. Or is this person running all types of things through those financial statements, the country club, the Mercedes, types of things that would really confuse any buyer and create sort of a mistrust in the buyer's perception. But then I think the most critical thing, if we're looking at clean financials, is to see whether or not there is available cash flow. Again, we were talking about that discretionary cash flow. Does this business have the dollars that are going to be necessary to do exit planning? Not only pay the seller, but also to pay the attorneys to do buy-sell agreements or buyback agreements, to pay me.
Right. Okay, good. Good point. At the end of this video, you can subscribe to our free newsletter, download free guides, and have an opportunity to win free books from Amazon.